with this single observer, this wool farm should be fully operational, except for the sheep, because I haven't really had time to breed enough of them to actually have it work. The chicken farm is also finished. Now what we're doing today has nothing to do with sheep or cows or pigs or chickens, but instead with bees. Now unfortunately, this is the only beehive I've found that I actually remember where it is, because it's like right here. So we're going to do some deforestation just for fun, because I need wood. And just going to forget about the bees for now. Well, now that we've eliminated the idea that any more beehives could be in these trees, we can focus on getting this one. I'm pretty sure they require a silk touch axe. I have a silk touch shovel, but you know, I don't really have a silk touch axe. In fact, I'm still using an unenchanted iron axe. It's a bit sad. I do have a silk touch book though that I could put on this diamond axe that I built at some point. I don't really know, but I think I would like to enchant it first, and enchanting's kind of boring. I'm just gonna skip, but we really don't need fortune. And now we have the silk touch axe. It's also enchanted with efficiency 3 and unbreaking 2. Not a perfect axe, but still pretty good. And we can mine this beehive. Now I'm pretty sure all the bees are in there since it's raining. I know they all go in at night, but I think since it's raining, they're all in there. I'm going to take it. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. Hopefully they're all in there. And now I can sleep and don't have to leave this horrid rain out. Now what comes next is building the actual farm, except I think that I'm going to build it, but not breed them in there because you know, it's a bit smaller than I want. I can't really get in it very easily. So I believe I'm going to build a little box out here to breed them in, just because that's easier, and then put them all in there. And so the bee hole begins. Hey, just because it's not the most beautiful thing, don't judge me about it. Doesn't mean it won't work. Look, a bee. Hopefully there's 2 of them, at least. Please, bee number 2? Are you in there? Well, only time will tell. While we wait for that bee to come out, I think there might only be one, because I've only seen one come out all day. We get to do some, cloning. You know, cloning a flower. It's super easy. I don't really understand why bone meal makes flowers clone like this, but it does. And it's really nice and convenient and super simple. And so look, now I have almost a whole stack of flowers really quickly. Well, since there's only one bee in my beehive, I have to go find another one. I'm pretty sure I've seen one over this way before. I'm not 100% sure about this, but we'll see. There is, in fact, a beehive here. Super convenient that was there. I just have to go straight over there, except there might not be any bees in there at the time being. Pun intended. So, I'm just going to wait until the time of night so we can be prepared to take the beehive into our bee cave. Well, I do believe it looks pretty nightimey to me. So let's go ahead and take this away from the bees. No bees. You don't get it. You don't get your hive. You gotta go and mine. Beehive number 2. Oh, 2 bees. That means I can make infinite bees. So many bees. And I realized I needed to put some campfires under the beehive so that I could shear them and get the honeycomb so that I could then build one of where are they? One of these things, or 2 of these things. There. And while those guys do their thing, we are going to get into some technical stuff, like bee farms. So, bee farms are 5 blocks wide. It's 1 block of the beehive. You see, that's the beehive. Just pretend like it is and not dirt. And then 4 blocks behind where all the redstone and stuff goes. And then I guess it also has a block in front to keep the bees in place. So they're pretty long, but you can make them, well, I don't know if that would be considered long or wide. Pretty sure wide though. So you can just make them as far in those directions as you want, because it only takes 1 strip per beehive. Which means it's tileable. And so I just going to make it huge. Lots of bees. I'm going to make it higher than this, I think. I think I'm going to put it probably like up higher at or above this pathway here. And then, so you see, I think that's it. Yeah. So the beehive is here. 9 plus 2, 11 blocks long. Which is not, you know, not really the greatest bee farm I've ever seen. But I can also double layer it. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm going to put 1 layer here and 1 layer on top of it. Probably. So actually, I don't think I'll put it in the middle. I think 1 will be here, 1 will be up. Because they do require a, like, decent amount of space up above in order to build a bee farm that takes 11, not 7, but 11 beehives. Well, actually 22 if I can fit it, but 11 as base. I will need 11 dispensers, 55 redstone, 22 hoppers, 11 comparators, 11 transparent blocks such as glass or slabs, 11 small flowers, and remember they have to be 1 block flowers, not 2 block flowers, or they won't fit. A bunch of building blocks, and of course 11 beehives, but I don't yet have those because, well, the bees have, they've revolted against me. A few of them attacked me because I accidentally, you know, sheared the wrong hive. And some of them died, but we don't need to mention that. So, first things first, we need a block between the hive, which it's currently made of dirt, and where the comparators will go, which is right behind this block. That way they don't go out backwards, because when bees go backwards, you know, it's just not a fun time. Next, we have these 2 layers for the comparators, which will go right here. Not in subtraction mode. We're going to have to fix that. I don't think it really matters, but, you know, just looks nicer to have them all the same thing. And then a redstone there. But guess what else? Guess what comes next? Glass. Pieces of glass. And I did not actually measure if I had enough space above to make a second one. And if I have to move this down. So, I'm going to check and maybe restart. Well, as you could see, or maybe not see by my very dirty examples, this is enough space. There's enough space. I don't have to move the whole thing, luckily. So I can continue placing redstone on the glass where it goes, just like so. And then we place 2 more blocks above like this. And I think the redstone still goes up. Oh, wait, no. I messed this up. The glass goes right here, and the stuff goes here, the bricks. And with that fixed, the final 2 layers have been put on, and it can just be covered completely in redstone. All of it is full. Now, the dispensers go over the beehives. Not like that. Not like that at all. So I guess I'll have to destroy my makeshift, you know, little dirt things. And where was that? Right there? Okay. Well, this might be a bit hard to reach. Yeah, I can't reach. This is not working very well. Now it's time for the hoppers. But first, I need a chest, which I forgot to mention in the materials. You need 2 of those. And then you just place these all across, not under. No. Actually, that's in the completely wrong spot, too. Wrong row. I need to redo that. So, we have a row of hoppers in. That's all going to that chest down there. And now, we just need to put the... Now, I would say time to copy that and put it up on the top. But, you know, I don't actually have the materials for 11 more dispensers. That's a lot of string. So, I'm just going to go fight some monsters. And maybe, I don't know, I'll do some stuff while I wait. I have now spent what feels like endless nights in this field behind me, just killing monsters. Getting XP, spending XP, gathering materials like string and bones. And I now have all the... Oh, well, I've placed all the beehives I need. There's 22 beehives in here. So I'm not entirely sure if they're completely full, and I really have no way of knowing. So hopefully they are. But it's time for the big reveal to see what I've done. I've bred more chickens. Look at all the chickens in this chicken farm now. It now produces feathers like crazy. Look at this sheep farm. So many different colors of sheep. And I also had to fix the grass not growing because they ate all of it. But what you really want to know is that I've built a second layer, and you know exactly how it was built because I told you how to build this one. You know, I just have to enter the beehives in there very quickly at nighttime so that the bees don't fly away. And then we should be, well, we should be getting honey after a while. The only problem left with my bee farm now is that it requires either shears or bottles. And, well, I don't really have either of those. And you can be my guest to tell me that, yeah, that's going to be a lot of glass I need. Because I don't really want the honeycomb all that much, because while it does make some pretty cool blocks, it doesn't make honey blocks, and honey blocks are what I need, because I am not going to go find a slime chunk and dig out the whole thing and build a slime farm, and then light up the entire area around it, because no, that's a lot of work, especially when I don't have an efficiency 5 haste 2 pickaxe to instant mine stone with. No, there's no way I'm doing that. And for a lot of bottles, I need a lot of glass, which means I need a lot of sand, so I guess I better keep digging. And look, there's some sand from last time that's somehow still here. 68 stacks of mining sands later, and I have 68 stacks of sand. Who would have thunk it? So, I just have to take all of this back to my base and smelt it up into glass. And believe it or not, this only fills 7.5 dispensers, which is not a whole lot. Out of 22, I need over 200 stacks of sand in order to fill all of the dispensers. And well, I don't know that I'm getting that from the beach back there. Hence the reason why I'm only putting around 3 stacks of bottles in each dispenser, because that evens it out so that it only requires as much as I have. And I've developed this super fancy, incredibly complex system to just simply melt all my glass for me. I don't even have to do anything. I can just stand and collect it. And I did put a bit in the furnaces because I was out of inventory space. Needed to put it somewhere, so it went in here. I also get experience from that. But yeah, while this does its thing, I have another project I want to work on. Another project, you may be asking yourself. Well, yes, it's pretty small, and well, I wouldn't really call it small. It'll take a while, but look at the grounds. Look at the grounds. Do you see any, like, reason to any of it? Or is there just a random bee house over there? A random farm here? You know, bunch of... Actually, there's nothing over there. But then... Oh, not that way. But then if you look over here, look, there's just a random fish place and a random thing in the mountain. You know, it's just a bunch of random holes in the ground, really. I have 3 of them. And the only pathway is this little tiny staircase right down from my house. Now I've gone ahead and found this mod that basically adds a bunch of pathways. It's called Micaw's Paths, actually. That's a pretty simple name. But look, it adds pathways that are pretty fancy and nice and neat and don't really do anything except look cool. You can make them out of granite, stone, cobblestone. Doesn't look like you can make it out of blackstone. So don't try that. You can make it out of diorite, deep slate. You can just make all sorts of nice paths that you can apparently also stack on top of each other. That doesn't really look right, but whatever. Yep, well, you can build all this. It's pretty cool. Now, and we're going to use this to build some paths throughout the little area. But the question is, which one am I going to use? You can even place these blocks on top of other blocks, so you can have really fancy underneath bits, which is pretty cool, especially the gravel one, or I'm thinking mossy stone would probably look good for that. But still, I don't know which stone to use. I thought I would, but now I don't, because there's a lot more options than I originally considered. So I might just do some like special ones, like that go to specific places. Like this path could go around into the enchanting room that might have a purple undertone, maybe some amethyst blocks. Amethyst? Yeah, they're amethysts, not crystal things. And with like some white fancy patterned ones on there that go there, and then it can fade into a farm-like one, and then into a honeycomb-like one, and then it can go over there. I don't know why it would go over there, but it could. And then I don't really need a pathway to here. In fact, I might just forget that existed. It didn't work very well because, well, iron rusts in this. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, I can hardly stand to look at this. Ugh. It's like bright and then reflected off the white. It's just, oh my goodness, this glass is cool, except you can see the dirt underneath it. But do you know what might actually be cool? That was kind of dumb, but okay. What if I used glass? Then it sort of looks like it's... Oh. Because of connected textures, you can have glass so it doesn't have any borders, which means that if I put a bunch of space below this, you can have it look like it's sort of floating. It would look better in a bigger array, but you know, I don't have that. But it might also work under stained glass, which would look better because it's purpley. Kind of. Yeah, that works. That looks cool. I had a somewhat floating purple pathway. But also I like this because it's blinding though. I can barely look at it. I started gathering all the materials for the glass one, and then I decided that this actually looks better. Because when I'm far away, well, it's just way more noticeable. Like the other one, it was a dual purple underneath. This one's a bright purple. And although it's hard to look at, that's only up close. Just don't stare at it, and you won't get hurt. This does mean I need to go find some blocks of amethyst, because I don't really have many. Amethyst acquired. And I have now achieved the Enchanted Pathway. Well, you know, it doesn't really look like much right here, but that's because I'm pretty sure there's going to be another path that runs off that way, and they're just going to merge, and then there will be another pathway that merges off of this one, goes around through next to the sugarcane farm, not through it, because then that wouldn't work. And over here to the cow farm, over there to the bee farm, or not bee farm, because it's not really a farm, but the bee cave, and then it goes over to nowhere. Oh, and the whole time I was doing all of that with all the amethysts and the designing and stuff, I filled up two more dispensers. That's not a lot, because I've done the math. I've calculated that, well, to smelt all of this sand, it will take 6 hours. Yeah, think about that. Let that soak in. 6 hours to smelt all that. It would take 12 if I was using one furnace, but since I'm using 2, it goes twice as fast. So I should probably use 4, because then it will only take 3 hours, and, you know, I'll actually, like, be able to live and not just wait for glass to smelt for 12 or for 6 hours. But see, here's the thing about 4 furnaces. It takes 2 hoppers per each of those, and 4 more would take 4. Well, no, 2 more furnaces would take 4 more hoppers. I can build 4 more hoppers, but then I would have 17 iron left, and that's it. I'm all out of iron, pretty much. So that's not really that good, so I'm just going to wait 6 hours. I know I just covered this up, but with nothing left to do, I think I'm just going to do some AFK fishing, because it's pretty good. I need to wax that pressure plate. Not pressure plate. Trapdoor, otherwise it's going to rust, and, you know, rusting is not too great of a thing. Where's my fishing rod? Here it is. We're going to do some fishing, get some levels, get some angler fishing bags, and hopefully when finished with this, my furnaces are also done smelting. Well, it's nearly been 6 hours now. We have very little sands left to smelt, and I've been quite busy. I did some... What did I do? I don't know what I did there, but I've done some path work. Looks like I took up a grass block. Yeah, but I did some path work, you know, that stuff. I've done some enchanting, and I've done some fishing. So, we should open these. Let's see. Scute. No, not bad string. You know, a bunch of other stuff. We're just gonna take it all out. I'm a fishing fanatic. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these items. That's a lot of iron. Okay, well, I guess I'm not at an iron shortage anymore. Oh my goodness. I should do this all the time. Well, here's what I've come out with. A whole lot of string. A good bit of iron. 6 scutes, you know, and just some random enchanted books. Channeling's pretty cool. Some leather. I really don't need leather. I got a little bit of gold as well, but I think I already have a lot. Yeah. Decent quantity. All of the glass, all of it, is ready to be turned into bottles. But first, we need to see just how much experience this gives. Now, I have been collecting a bit of it throughout the whole time, so it's probably, yeah, not much. It's only 2 levels, but that's still better than none. So now we just have to go through the long process of turning all of this not into glass panes, but into glass bottles. Which might not take that long, but then we have to fill up all the dispensers, and that might take a while. And just like that, the first row's filled. Moving on to the second row. And with, oh, where'd it go? This bottle here. That should be all of them, and I know it's only this one, but these 2 are going to be giving me honeycomb. So now, all that's left to do is put the beehives in, but I've kind of got to wait until night to do that. Because the bees are not currently in their beehives, and they'll get pretty angry if I break them right now. Do you know what's surprising? Even though I have this much extra glass even when it's finished, and I'm not sure where it came from. I mean, I only need 6 stacks for those 2 more, and I have 6 extra stacks. I don't even know. How did I miscalculate that so bad? I don't think I did. I think I just planned it to use for something else, but now I've forgotten what that something else is. As you can probably see, the sun is indeed setting. It's kind of going down and then back up, but it is setting nonetheless. Which means that these bees, well, not that one, but these bees are going to go into their houses. Well, the only bees left are these 3, which would be fixed with 1 hive, except I don't have any more wood, and I really don't want to go get some, so we're just going... I let them outside. And let's see what happens if I take this. Does it just take with all the bees inside, I hope? Well, I'm going to take 11 of them and see what happens. I have now accidentally collected 13 beehives, and you know, I forgot the glass. Now I take the beehives and put them in as so. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully this is working. And then before any bees come out in the morning, I need to put some glass over top of it. So that they have a no escape. Like a so, and that should keep them all inside. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, that would be tragic. Let's see, did it work? Oh yes. 6 honeycomb and 9 bottles of honey. That's exactly what I should have. And this will or it should be, not probably, it should hopefully, I don't know why it wouldn't, be the last one. And now that all those are in, hopefully in the morning no bees leave, and I have 9 bottles of honey. I'm pretty sure I should have 10. What has gone wrong? So I know one of them wasn't filled up. Is one of them not completely filled? Oh yeah. Looks as though that is the case. Wait, no it's not. It just did not shear. Or collect the honey or whatever. Why? Why? Oh! Oh. That's... that's a bit of an issue. Bottles have been put in. I am... What? I don't even know what's happening here. You can put things in from your... Oh, wow, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. But let's replace that, and it should work. I should now have 10 bottles of honey. And I do. Which means I can make honey blocks, and I don't have to build a slime farm. Because I am not interested in digging out a whole chunk or finding a swamp. You know, just... general things people don't want to do. Just find a swamp and dig out a whole chunk. So that should now be done. We just need to check again in the morning, which I can get to in a jiffy. And look at that, all the bees. All the bees have come out. Are going back in. Should get some more honey soon. Because they're working fabulously, I think. Are you? Are you bees? Working well? Let's see the redstone. Is it lit? Oh, it is lit on the bottom. But that's not much. It needs a lot more than that. Well, now that this bee farm's done, the video is kind of over. That's all I'm doing today. There's just one thing for the people that watch these and enjoy them. And that's why this video took so long, which I guess really doesn't apply to all the people in the future that will be watching. You know, it's only like 4 right now. But in later days, I don't know, it might be like 12,000, and guess what? No one will even notice that this video came out 2 months later than the one before it. And, well, there's a reason for that. And that reason is simply because well, see, I did the 6 hours. I got to right where I was. Right to where I was. With, like, a stack of sands left and all that. And I did all this stuff. And then school started. So that was, that took me a while. But that was after I took a break from the other video I made, which was, it was a really terrible video. Just truly bad. I hope I never make one so boring as that one was. I mean, literally, I walked around and talked the entire time, like I'm doing right now. But, you know, the entire time, instead of having anything exciting to do at all. Because I thought it would be fun. It was not, no, No, that was the most boring and terrible video I've ever made. So I took like a 1 week break from that just to rethink how I was making videos. And then yeah, school started. It took a little while longer to get used to that. It took a week or two. I was like, okay, yeah. Once I get used to it, I'll make a video. But then guess what? Every time I tried to load up my mod pack, it kept having errors. And I asked on every like curse forge thing and every mod pack place, but it's a custom mod pack, so it's kind of hard to figure out what problem was with it. And I got no help at all. So then I had to figure it out on my own, and that took 4 weeks. That was a process of 4 weeks. And I was like, okay, it's been a month since my last video. Now I really need to make a video because I figured out how to fix it. And then guess what? The next day I started playing a game because I was like, oh yeah, that sounds fun. And then guess what? And then I just became pretty much obsessed with that game. And every time I was like, I should go make a video. I should go finish that video I started 2 months ago. I was like, or I could go play that. And then, of course, I went and played that because, obviously, it was a fun game. And, well, now it's been 2 months. I still haven't finished that game, so the next video hopefully won't come out as long as this one took, because I've almost finished it. But hopefully I can get back on track to making these, because I do quite enjoy it. It's just sometimes I get distracted. Actually, it happens a lot. I got really distracted doing that bee farm. It took 2 months to build. I can't believe myself. I was going to be like, I'll build this bee farm in 1 episode. It'll take like 2 or 3 days at the most. And then it took what was it? 65? 66 days since my last video, I think. Yeah, it took literally 30 times the number that I said it would. So it would take 3 days at most. It took 20 times that. So, yeah. Anyway, I have had some good progress today. I've made those pathways down there and a bee farm up there. You could call me I don't know. I just beautified the world and did some bees, a beauty bee, or you could even call me a beauty queen. I hope people got that joke, because I thought about that for a while before this. Anyway, hopefully the next video is sooner. And good.